Budget season is upon us. So we've put together a little tutorial video to show you some tips and tricks that can help you for this budget season. Vantica has a number of tools to assist managers with completing their budgets within the system or for budget production in Excel. This tutorial will explain where to find these tools and the various reports and how you can use them. We will start by using the budget worksheet. So by clicking the Accounting drop-down and selecting the Budget page, you can access this budget worksheet. The worksheet can be used to complete your budget or as a tool for information and exporting. Let's take a quick look around the budget page. In the Fund drop-down, you will have the options of Operating and Reserve. If your association has consolidated statements, you will only need to use the Operating page. If your association has fund accounting, you will utilize both the Operating Budget tab and the Reserve Budget tab. The Fiscal Year drop-down is where you will select the year you would like to review or the year you are working on. If you are completing a budget in the worksheet, it is important to remember to select the correct year, as the system will default to the current year. Within the budget worksheet, there are a number of columns. Prior year budget represents the prior year. Year-to-date actual representing the actuals to the last closed fiscal period. The proposed column representing the current budget for the year selected in the fiscal year dropdown. You also have the net change of prior and proposed budgets, notes, and a monthly breakdown column. The budget worksheet categorizes and arranges the columns in the same order as your income statement report. If you are working on your proposed budget within the budget worksheet, there are a few things we would like to point out. This worksheet is designed to automatically sum each section, as well as the total income or expenses. You will not need to use any formulas. If you enter a number in the proposed column, it will automatically break down the monthly values by 12 months in the monthly categories. Conversely, if you enter a monthly spread, the total will automatically populate in the proposed column. It is recommended to add notes in the note column as you work on your budget. These notes will export to Excel and will be retained year to year. If you would like to add a new GL to your budget, select New GL. This will create a new row. You can type in the general description or search by GL number for the correct GL. Once you save your new row, it will automatically rearrange into the grouping it belongs to. Quick note, not all GLs are set for all associations. If you cannot find a GL or your new GL is not in the group you prefer, please contact your accountant to create the new association GL or have it rearranged. You can search active GLs for your association under the Association drop-down and then clicking the GL Accounts page. If you are interested in seeing the prior year's actuals while working on your budget in the worksheet, click the arrow to the left of the GL number. This will show the prior year budget and actuals per month total through the last closed fiscal period. Very important, save your budget frequently as you work. If you leave the budget worksheet page without clicking save, your changes will not update. If you prefer to use formulas while completing your new budget, you can export the budget worksheet by selecting Export to Excel. Keeping this format for completing your budget in Excel is CAMS' preference for the importing process. If you intend to add a year-to-date column to your Excel budget, it is recommended you add the GLs that have year-to-date values on your income statement prior to exporting the budget worksheet. This will save you time in adding columns and descriptions for non-budgeted items with year-to-date values. Please note, Excel production of budgets will require you sum columns and budget spreads. The logic inside the worksheet will not transfer to your Excel export. Now let's talk about budget preparation. Vantica has a number of different reports and areas that are useful with the budget production process. The GL Trial Balance by Groups report, which can be found by clicking the Reports drop-down, then under the Financial section, This report is best used interactively, so I recommend you keep it up in a separate Vantica window while working on your budget. The report allows you to select a time period and specific GLs to review their expenses. You can even select a group of GLs or more than one at a time. If your board would like to see a running GL for a certain category or GL, you can export your report in a PDF or Excel format. This is very helpful for analysis on things like utilities. Next, let's take a look at the income statement report. Located in the same financial section under the Reports dropdown, depending on your association setup, you will use the Income Statement To column for associations with fund accounting or income statement consolidated. This report is the best place to obtain your year-to-date actuals. It is interactive as well, so you can click on the value with the year-to-date actual column to drill down on those transactions, similar to the GL trial balance. The income statement by group allows you to concentrate on one category at a time, and the income statement summary shows the income statement with monthly breakdown, similar to what is shown in the budget worksheet when you drill down on a GL. Now let's talk about assessment breakdowns. If your association is broken down by percentage of ownership or separate charge tags, you can export a recent fees roll in this area for calculations of new assessments per unit. By going to the Association dropdown, selecting the Assessments page, then clicking the arrow to the left of the assessment, followed by the Generation tab, and the arrow next to the last dated generation. And then from here, we can export this information to Excel. Another area to review is the GL History, which is under the Accounting dropdown, and then click the GL Research page. Here you can select a specific date range and filter by GL code to see a history of what was posted to that specific GL. This can also be exported to Excel if needed. Another great tool is the Vendor Invoice Image Report. This report can be run as an action item on the association level for a specific service provider or all service providers within a designated time frame for your association. And then finally, let's discuss producing and exporting your budgets. There are two areas where you can export your budget for presentation to the board. The budget worksheet, which this will produce the full worksheet as displayed online. You can add columns or manipulate as needed for presentation to your board or association. The second is the proposed annual budget report. This is a clean version of the proposed budget with the GL category, prior year, and proposed year. And these are just a few tips and tricks to help you with this budget season.